Welcome, one and all. Come on in. Have your chocolate. Have your craft supplies. You've been chair dancing. I've seen you chair dancing in the chatterbox. I had to bust a few moves. Smurf, are you going to lead chair dancing for us at Paperganza? I think you really are qualified. Anyway, I am Mary Gunn of Mary Gunn Fun, your intrepid host of Craft Roulette, and I'd like to welcome you warmly to episode 265. Because we are starting off a month of mothers and daughters in honor of Mother's Day. This is our second year to do this, and we had a lot of fun last year, and we're, by popular demand, we are back doing it again. So sit back, relax if you want. You can craft along with us later or whatever you want to do, but I know you've probably been busy this week. I know a lot of people have a lot of things going on. Gardening now has been added in the Northern Hemisphere. And a school wrapping up, all those things that keep us so very busy. But we are so glad you're here, and we would love to have you just relax and enjoy the evening with us, because we have some lovely ladies with us tonight. We have Alison and Heikkila, like I had to say it last time, Heikkila. There it is. I did mix up the K's and the L's earlier on a video that I made, and then I had to remake it. But, and then her daughter's name is Rhiannon, like Shannon, Rhiannon. So they're both here tonight, and we're so very glad. We will be introducing you to them here in just a few minutes. If you are back because you joined us for Ardith last week, thank you for coming back, and we are glad to have you. We don't have Ardith, but we have a lot of cards. Boy, did you see all those cards? Woo! Anyway, what is Craft Roulette? Well, in a nutshell, it is the ultimate original paper crafting card making game show challenge, and we are live almost every Friday night. And when we are here, we just love to have our chatterbox all filled up. And if you're watching the replay, we would appreciate a hi in the comments as well. If you haven't given us a penny, by the way, that would be great. Now, I will remind you, I hope again later, if you saw those there were 408 cards last week, and they were sensational. I know I say it every week. You're never going to get better, but you get better every week. And the touching stories that were in the descriptions for Card for an Influencer, it was just really just a very, very special gallery. So if you haven't gone over to craftroulette.live, our website, you can see all of those 408 cards, plus there were, get a load of this, 13 videos that people made about their cards. I think that's a record. And so that was very exciting. I watched them all and really enjoyed how you do it. You're all doing it differently, and I really think that's grand. Thank you. Is there anything else there? No, I don't think so. I think we need to pull the curtain back on Mr. Producer's hand. Oh, he's got two and a cat. Oh, boy, we got a big show tonight. I can tell you that because Kerwin's here and Mr. Producer. So they're going to... there's that handsome kitty. Oh, he can be such a monster. But he's so sweet some of the times, too. So, sometimes you just go, hello, Mr. Monster. How are you? But he knows who I'm talking to. Yep, anyway. If you haven't given us a penny, subscribe and all that kind of thing, we would appreciate it. Also, you can hop down to the title and hop over to Alison's channel and subscribe to her as well. I got a cough, just a sec. I'm done. We have new spin sponsors this month, and let me tell you, there are some good ones. They will be giving away prizes every week this month. Whimsy Stamps. Thank you, Denise, for joining us again this month. I know she just got some dies back in stock. I saw that the other day. Bloom Daily Planner. So, we start our planners in January, but summer is another great time to start. Bloom Daily Planners. I use mine every day. A Colorful Life Design. The stencils that came out recently are just remarkable. I've used them several times already. And Pear Blossom Press, she's got her card T-squares back in stock as well. But they are the folks that make the guts of the light-up cards. And not only that, but Amanda will be joining us as our co-host or producer or something, for Paper Ganza, a live craft roulette experience in Kansas City this July. I think we have 9 seats left. That's not very many. It's very exciting to us. So fill them up tonight, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. That would be fabulous. But you can learn about it on paperganza.com. We're going to have teaching. We're going to have eating. We're going to have eating, a lot of eating. And we're going to have teaching and shopping. And we're going to have games. And we're going to have a live craft roulette. You will be able to see our live craft roulette and our close to our regular Friday night spot. I'm not sure all the details. I don't have to know them. So I don't know them, but we will let you know them as they develop. We are not sponsored by any of those wonderful companies. We are sponsored by our membership. And I want to say a few happy birthdays to some people that are in our happy birthday or our card exchange. And those people in May with happy birthdays are Brenda Gentry, Debbie Orens, who is also the president of Decoy Duck Fan Club. Oh, my goodness. Donna May Lander, that card that you made with me with the Queen's hat. Joe Henderson, Moira Schultz, Nancy Sanders, Pam Mallow, who is also Texas Craft Connection, Stephanie Mormon in Germany, Susan Schulman, Taylor, I think it's Keefe. I've always said it differently. It's so many ways I've said this name. Keefe. I'm going to say Keefe this time. Valerie P. and May, I think, just had a birthday. I'm not sure if it was, I think it was in April, but she just had a birthday too. So we hope you all get lots of wonderful cards, cake, and all the things that you like most on your birthday month. Celebrate all month. That's what I would suggest. So we also have Craft Roulette merch, including Paper Ganza t-shirts. There's several models. We also have some stamps and die sets and some official collab items from Trinity. So check out all those little things over on craftroulette.live. There's a lot over on craftroulette.live. Just go on over and spend a couple hours. Now, live from New York, please welcome these two lovely ladies, Alison, Heikkila. Hi, Heikkila. Why do I do that, Tequila? Heikkila.
Hi, Mary.
Okay,
Hi,
the
Mr.
brain is
Producer.
not working. I'm overwhelmed.
Hi,
And
Kitty.
her daughter, Rhiannon. So nice to have you guys on, Heikkila. I was spelling it wrong, too. And, once you get those, I can't remember to get things in order the right way, but then when you remember the wrong way, it just kind of sticks harder. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's okay. It's okay.
You can call me
It happens
Nug.
all the time.
You can spell or say my name backwards, which is Nug. N-N-U-G. Well, anyway, welcome, and thank you for being so kind to me. This is a fun night. Thank you for starting our Mothers and Daughters Month on Craft Roulette. You were just on, Alison, so
Yeah,
we
in March.
Yeah, it was like just a few months ago. We had a great time. You did a Z-fold for the first time on the show.
That was a little scary at first, but it came out great.
It turned out really, really good. And then you've come back, so you're a brave woman.
Yes. Well, to do something with her is always important to me. So anything we can do together.
That's sweet. I like it. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll give the microphone over to Rhiannon.
I am an artist and a crafter, obviously. I do all sorts of fun things besides just paper crafting. I am a silversmith, which I haven't really done too much lately, but I am. I'm a painter. I love to color. I love to do all sorts of stuff. There's very few types of artsy craftsy things that I don't like to do. So I'm always getting messy and inky and
I remember that.
And all sorts of stuff. Yeah. So.
That resonated with me, that you like to get inky. You weren't afraid. You weren't afraid to get messy.
No. Art is always a fun experiment for me. So I have a YouTube channel, and, I'm just always putting up new stuff to try and teach people and inspire them to also get a little messy and to play and not worry about perfection.
Yeah. You were moving your Facebook videos over to your YouTube channel. How's that going? Okay.
It's going. It's a long process. I did Facebook Lives for a company called Doodles Paper Playground for several years, and we did them every single week. So it's a lot. It's a lot to move over. And then the ones that I did on my own personal page too. So it's good because, now at least I know that they have a place to live and they won't get deleted by Facebook. But it's a process.
Yeah, very good. Well,
but she
carry
makes a
on.
guest appearance on a bunch of them, which is nice. So,
But you were just a wee bairn when you were on before, right?
Yeah,
It's been several years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a long time.
we did it a lot during like COVID and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She was there a lot.
Tell us a little bit about yourself then, ma'am.
I've been crafting for a long time.
Forever.
Yeah. And doing codes and stuff is fun, but I really like to color and drawing. I've been drawing recently. I like to paint. I use clay a lot. I do that a lot for gifts. Yeah.
You like 3D kind of things. It's what I'm hearing from our conversation before the show.
Yeah.
Like paint and detail is the other big word I
A
keep
lot of
hearing in the
detail.
conversation.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little bit too much detail.
Yes. That's where she's very similar to my sister Pam that's in the chatterbox. The detail, very detail oriented.
Mm-hmm. So do you start with the details or do you start big picture and then go down to details? Or do you start with details and go big picture?
It depends on what I'm doing. Usually for clay, I do big picture first. For drawing, sometimes I do the details first, but again, it kind of depends on what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Are you excited to be on the show with your mom again?
I'm very excited. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
That's nice. Well, we are glad to have you. I know it's only been a couple months since you were on the show, Alison, but if you're like me, you've probably forgotten a few things like how to say your last name. But do you have a question for me?
I do. I know it was a short time ago, but I have brain fog. So can you tell me what is craft roulette?
Is that what it is? Is brain fog? I think my fog kind of seeps out into my hair color. So, it's just all there. Yes, we do have a little video on what is craft roulette. It may help you understand what we're going to do tonight, but if not, just sit tight and ask questions in the chatterbox because we've got some great ambassadors. Thank you so much for being back and starting our month. Let's find out what is craft roulette. Brain fog.
Did somebody ask what craft roulette is? In a nutshell, Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel, and everyone is invited to play along. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. The wheel has 24 spots to land on, but the spot it lands on might not always be a parameter. It could be a special, like guest's choice, a vetoed parameter, or other fun surprises. When you add the infinite creativity of our community and try and calculate the possible options, square the fun, carry the glitter, divide by the imagination, you end up with a near limitless amount of possible projects. Whoa. We invite a special guest on each week to share their unique spin on our challenge. If you'd like to participate, you don't have to create live with us. You can sit back and enjoy the show. Once the episode airs, you have around 50 hours to finish your own project using the same 4 parameters from this episode and submit, so don't delay too long. After your project is ready, take a photo and head over to our website. Use the Submit Contribution form to officially contribute. The form is open to the public and no membership is required. Everyone who contributes will be featured on our website, included in the next episode slideshow, and automatically entered into the next giveaway. When you visit www.craftroulette.live, you'll find all of our past episodes along with their contribution gallery, the current wheel parameters, info on how to participate, a calendar of upcoming guests, links to our spin sponsors, contact and prize claim forms, our shop, and a huge membership platform. But more on that later. And that's Craft Roulette. If you like what we do, please subscribe, like the video, and share it with your crafty friends who might enjoy it too. Everyone is invited to join in the fun. We like to celebrate around here, so before we spin for this week's set of parameters, we're going to look back at last week one last time and highlight some of our community's achievements. And now, back to the show.
Yup, that's what we do almost every Friday night, and we do really appreciate it when you join us in the gallery, and when you join us in the chatterbox, in the comments, and all the different places. It means a lot to us. We had 408 contributions last week. You can see all those little pins drop in from wherever they were from. Look at all you lovely, lovely crafters and craftettes. They're still coming. They're still coming. That means we're up to 55,495 total submissions since we started 5 years ago. That is a heck of a lot of cards. And we're so glad for each and every one of them. If you ever do want to go and see all 55,495 cards, you can see them on craftroulette.live. Just check out the galleries. They're all there. Because we have this program guy that does all this stuff for us, Mr. Producer. There was my card. We had card for an influencer, Dreamy Colors, crafters, whatever. And then off center, my card had that cute little stencil in the background from A Colorful Life design, and that was a stamp set that I designed. So she was a craftette that I designed. That was me. And I always send my own cards to myself. So I was my own influencer. Somebody has to do these things. And then we had Ardith on. Ardith, it was her 12th time. And she is a pro. She just knows how to do craft roulette so easily. This was her beautiful 2 cards that she made. And we always enjoy having her on. Thank you again, Ardith. I really do like those. They're dreamy. Now we're going to invite our current guests on to help us with our parade of achievers. This is when we're going to celebrate some of the people that have sent in 25, 50, 75 cards, etc. Our leading ladies, some new to Club 52, and some first-timers, and we have 7 new Mug Clubbers. That means they have sent in 100 cards. Now, Mug Clubbers, you need to send me your snail mail address so I can send you our Roulette Robot card, stamp set that is exclusive just for you. So, are you ready?
We're ready.
You get your little faces they're so cute and close. This is on a timer. I'm going to try to say their first name and where they're from or how many cards, and then you're welcome to say something about what you see that you like. So here we go. We start with our first timers. Welcome to Craft Roulette, you brave, intrepid crafters and craftettes. Crafty Soul from Las Vegas. You'll
like the dress.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Carrie McConnell
that's
from
so
Pennsylvania.
It's a little bear. That's so cute.
Cricket W from Missouri. Welcome.
Like a nice quilt.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Thanks.
Best Day Ever from Oklahoma.
Pretty.
Charlotte Boy from Texas.
That's cute.
Yeah.
So glad you guys sent in your card. Maybe there's some first timers coming on tonight. Major milestone achievers, including 25 cards for Sarah Hoop.
I love the hummingbird.
Mm-hmm.
Kit Kat, 25.
That's pretty. I like the embossed background.
Yeah.
Tana Lowhouse, 25.
Oh, Tana.
That's so cool.
Sandy Taylor, Colorado, 50.
Rhiannon likes
really
those
nice.
colors.
Yeah.
They're pretty. Heidi Robbins, 75.
I love that. It's super mixed media looking.
Arlene Mack, 75. The Impossible Fold. I won't make you do it.
No.
Brooke Williams, Little River Crafts, 75.
Cute.
Nice.
Brenda E., 75.
House Mouse.
Aw.
Love me
You
some
like
House
that
Mouse.
one. Here comes our Mug Clubbers with Sherry B. She made
That's
her
fun.
own. Congratulations.
Nice.
Debbie Orens. This one has a sweet story too.
I like the
Nice job.
spinner.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Donna May, 100 cards. Who's that old
Wow.
lady on there?
Nice.
Andrea Crafty Tafty 2 has 100 cards under her belt.
Cool.
I like that little background.
Yeah.
Sue Harrington from the UK, 100 cards.
Super
Their own
distressed. I
celebration.
love that.
Yeah. Oh.
Gloria F. from Indiana, 100 cards.
Pretty.
100 cards for Beverly Trabaneo. Well done.
Kitty.
I love the colors.
Susanna Cherry has 150 cards with Craft
It's
Roulette.
fun.
And it is.
Sherry Pemberton down the street in Harrisonville, Missouri, 175 cards. There's our robot. Smurf Murphy has 225.
Cute.
Well done, you guys. Keep it up. Our leading ladies this week, Vicky Ruda with 224.
Cute.
I like that.
Smurf Murphy with a 225. You can get that stamp set too. Jackie Jackpot Muller with 226.
Cute little flower. Yeah.
Kathy Herring with 229. Always pretty.
Yeah.
Master 5K Lamone. She is now a master with 231. Congratulations. And our leading lady, Card Monkey Jarvis with 242. Yahoo! Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Club 52 welcomes Jennifer Corey Rooney from Missouri.
Nice
See her
colors.
52 in
Yeah.
there? Kathleen Guthrie made her own congratulations card.
I have that stamp set.
Yep.
Fabby Gill has 52 cards. Congratulations and welcome to Club 52. That means they have sent in a year's worth of cards, maybe over 5 years or so, but they have sent in 52 weeks of cards.
Wow.
Contributions.
That's
Or
awesome.
however I'm supposed to say that. So, yeah.
Well, not every project is a card, so I call it contributions in the text.
There you go. And I don't always remember.
Or weeks of participation.
Yeah. But we have you here, so I don't have to remember all those things. But those were some big numbers, were they not?
Yeah.
Very big numbers.
What if you, let's see, I think Ellen started making cards the week 22, something like that, 23. So in 2020, you started, imagine what they have done. In 2020, they started making cards or a project each week for Craft Roulette and sent them in and have not stopped.
That's amazing. That's
It
great.
is.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, these people have gone on vacations. They've had surgery. They've had husbands that get sick. They have all sorts of things that go on, and they still get it done. And it's really
That's
good.
dedication.
It's pretty darn impressive. Now, 5K Lamone was one of our leading ladies, and she just got her master's degree in accounting this week. So I wanted to make sure I gave her an extra shout out because she's a busy
Congratulations.
gal. And so that's a good thing. We're glad for her. Well, when we close out the parade of achievers, that means it's time to start thinking about this week. Are you ready?
Yes.
This is when it gets exciting. There are the parameters we will be spinning for tonight. Yep, I think they're all reasonable. We can do all of those things. We just don't know what combination we're going to get. We're going to take one from each one of those columns, and we're going to make something with it, though. But before we find out what we're going to be making, we're going to need to tell you what the members have vetoed off of each column. That means that they have voted and said no thank you to one of those parameters for this week. So if we land on it, we will spin again, and the wheel can't make us use that parameter. So, Mr. Producer, what have they vetoed this week for project? Did they do tag with pocket, matchbook card with bookmark, or saying hi? They said no thank you to tag with pocket. Are you relieved, Alison?
Yes.
Okay.
Although I've done that before. I've done that, but yes,
How
that's.
about matchbook
that's
card? Have you ever
fine.
done that?
I don't think so. I don't
That's
think I
pretty
have.
close too. So you almost got away with that one. For colors, what did they say no thank you to? Aquarium, string of lights, modern, or on the ground. Modern with 53%. You didn't like it. I think it needs to be defined. I think when we get to it, we will. But I think it seems I don't know. How modern do you think modern would be? I don't know.
I think it depends on the rest of the project. Right?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
But usually when I think of modern, I think like grays and stuff.
Yeah. See, and I go in a different direction, and I think of bold, like things that Kandinsky would do, or Peter Max, or Andy Warhol. That's kind of where I go.
And we do have Gen X and Gen Z here tonight with our guests, so it could be interesting. For Element, what did they vote off this week? Optimistic, nursery, clothing, or down? Down. They're not down with down. So
Not down with it.
Not down with it. Do they say that anymore, Rhiannon?
Down
with that?
Not really, no.
Yeah. Okay. Do they say you're an L7? A square?
No.
I am a square. How about random then? What did they vote off? Tone on tone, edge distress, a black and white image, or soot? Soot. It is by a large margin.
Their winner.
It's
loser.
been hated. It's been hated on. I think I put it on, around Christmas. So it has a real strong Christmas association with boots and chimneys and such. But we don't have to worry about it tonight. Now we like to give you guys a chance. One veto between you. What would you like to veto something?
Yes, we are going to veto in projects number 20, the easel card.
Perfect.
Big surprise, I know.
I know. It's just right up there with, I hold my breath. I couldn't believe it. Knocked me over with a feather. It's just, how could you? I'm trying to think what else you would not like.
Well, we weren't sure if we had two vetoes or not, so our other veto would have been matchbook card.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, if we do get matchbook card, we'll talk about it, so we'll figure it out. You learned
the
a
chatterbox
Z-fold.
is very helpful, so we'll be okay.
You learned a Z-fold right there and then.
I did.
without a hitch. So now, if we get number 1 guest choice, what would you choose in each one of those columns? Where would you put your chips?
Well, for project, big surprise, number 7, A2.
You haven't changed a bit since March.
No, not much. Not much.
That's what you wanted last time.
Yep.
And for colors?
Colors, we decided to go with number 23, fungi.
Yes.
Because you are
I like
fungi.
mushrooms.
She likes mushrooms.
There
Yes.
you go. There you
Yes.
go. For element?
We
Interesting.
went with 17, science.
I like that one too. There's so many things you can do.
There's a lot that you can do.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, you could clone a card right here on the show.
Yes.
No, I don't know. And for random, what would you choose if we get number 1?
Again, probably not a surprise. I went with number 8 for stencil.
That's a good choice. So
Gotta
we would
use those stencils from A Colorful Life Designs.
Mhm. Me too. If we got all of your choices, we would have an A2 card with fungi colors, science somehow or other, and stencil.
Mm-hmm.
Could make a great card. You could do a year's worth of cards, I think, with those 4 parameters.
Definitely.
You could be in Club 52 with those 4 parameters. But that's a whole... there is something. People do their own kind of twist on this. They'll do their craft roulette cards, but then they do their own little twist with it. And it's really fun. And there's a lot of people that do bonus challenges on old shows.
Oh, that's
And-
cool.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes on. It's not just this, but we keep them busy and out of the bars, I like to say.
That's fun.
All right. Well, all the best to you. I hope we do get something that you like. But let's give it a spin first, just to warm up. And for project. Yeah, Debbie Oren, Science Rocks. What will we get? A2? Tag with pocket. That means we're going to spin again. Saved us, members. You saved us.
Yes. Thank you.
15. Gift card. Now, we are going to talk about each and every one of these parameters once we get them. Colors. Will we get fungi? 20. Train. A
Okay.
train of fungi.
That was vetoed, I think, a couple of times recently,
Was it?
right? Wasn't it
I
vetoed?
think so.
I think so.
For element, you get your choice.
Ooh,
Science it is.
nice.
I'm so excited. I'm real excited. That's great. And for random, will you get 2? Will you
Doubt
get
it.
stencil? That's the record 2. Add a flower.
Okay.
Oh, maybe
That works
some
perfectly with
maybe
science.
some botany tonight.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you a few minutes to think about those 4 parameters, and I'm going to give my speech. And my speech is, this is a challenge, and we would love to have you participate. This is not a class. This is not a how-to video. We don't even know what we're going to make, for Pete's sake. So you don't probably know what you're going to make yet either, but you're invited to join us. This is going to be your art project. We're not going to tell you what to do or what products you need to use or anything. It's going to be a gift card. It's going to be some kind of card. And then you can make your project very simple and classic. If you paid attention to those cards that you saw in the gallery and then on the Parade of Achievers, you would see that there are all sorts of styles, all sorts of complexities. And it can be very simple and classic, or it can be very complicated and interactive and everywhere in between. Your style is what we love to see, your artistic expression. You can take each one of those parameters and make it very literal. Like you could say, HEY Google, what are some train colors? And HEY Google may come back with Tommy the Train, or a fancy train car inside, or a box car, or all the graffiti colors on a box car. It might come back as the rails. It may come back as the engine, the caboose. I don't even know. Maybe a fancy passenger card. You can pull out whatever color you want from that and run with it. Doesn't mean you have to have a train on your card. We invite people from all levels and of experience of card makers. If you've never made a card, you're welcome to join us. If you have made 10 gazillion cards, you're welcome to join us. And we don't care how old you are. You can be as young as 3. I think that's as young as we've ever gotten. And as old as 103. You're all invited to join us. You do need to include those 4 parameters in some way. It doesn't have to be the focal point. It can be very sneakily added. It does need to be handcrafted and family friendly. So I don't blush when I see it in the gallery. Is there anything else I forgot? 1 card per person. I think that's it. Are we ready? Okay. You've had a few minutes. Are you happy with what you have?
I'm happy with the parameters. Are you happy with the parameters?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. So gift card, I don't think that means that it has to be the actual little token.
No, I don't think so. I think that the
No.
card can be the gift.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even
Right?
think that. I was thinking like a gift card holder kind of thing.
I thought of that too, but
Uh-huh.
sometimes that can be a little tricky with designing, unless you put it on the inside,
Mm-hmm.
so you could do it that way.
You could put a pocket on it, or
See, we're avoiding the pockets though. The tag with the pockets is not happening.
you probably would like my horrible stretch jeans that don't have any pockets in the front. I hate those things, but
No,
I haven't worn
pants
them.
need pockets, but my cards don't.
Pants need pockets, but cards don't. I think that's a pretty good
Dresses
saying.
also need pockets.
That's true,
do.
yeah. Dresses
Yeah.
with pockets are wonderful creations.
Lots of pockets in purses too.
Yeah.
So you could make a shape card too. You could do a purse card with a little gift inside. It could look
Yeah.
like a little purse or something like that.
Yeah.
Or it could
I
be
have a die set from Spellbinders that is the shape of like a purse. So that would
Mhm.
totally work. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or it could be the little gift card. Maybe it's a gift card to make cards with you. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be, you could have that part of your design as part of an invitation or gift, like you said. What were you thinking for a card that was a gift?
I didn't quite get there yet. Just trying to think of some ideas, but I'm not really sure yet. I might
Yeah.
actually wind up putting a couple of slots for a gift card, but I don't know. I kind of have to let it gel a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
get
was
it.
thinking like a sentiment or something like on the front that was like, I don't know, like a little gift for you or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, something cute.
Mhm.
Oh, it could
Mhm.
even be something like a coupon kind of thing, like
yeah, that'd be cool.
I'll mow the lawn for a month, or I'll watch whatever movie you want. That's kind of a thing that we would do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We've done that
Yeah.
before.
Lenine says, wow, crazy parameters. Do you guys think they're crazy parameters?
I don't think that they
no,
are.
not really.
I
I
don't
was
think
gonna
they
say, I
are.
don't think they're too wild, but
They seem
maybe flower and science next to each other, you kind of think those are a little bit opposed, but at the same time, they don't have to be.
No, see, I think that
Yeah,
actually we both think
I was
that
thinking
they're
like
perfect.
botany and biology and all that.
Yeah. If you think about
Mhm.
botanicals and
Yeah.
the Latin
Mhm.
names for plants and all of this, and growing flowers is a science, and I think that they work beautifully together, actually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And as far as train, the colors go, I'm not picturing a train. I'm picturing, metallics and maybe burgundies
Mhm.
for the interior and maybe some rust and things like that, which
Yeah.
would work with the science,
Mhm. Mhm.
right?
Yeah. I think they seem a little bit weird because they just don't.
Well-
if you saw them together, you go, "How do those fit?"
Well, let
And
me-
if you
let me-
aren't used to craft roulette, you'd go, "I don't get
Let
it."
me pose this. How do you make sure that the card has a sciencey theme if you're using a flower?
Well, flower in
Well,
and of itself
flowers-
is science. I have a die set that has beakers, so we
Yeah,
could
the
use
flowers
that.
could like be in the beakers or
Exactly.
something.
There
Yeah.
are
Oh,
a bunch
yeah,
of
that would
stamp
be
sets
cute.
that have like little vases or jars, and you could like propagate plants in it, So you
Well-
put like a water line and like a little sprig of a flower or an herb, and that would be very sciencey.
Yeah.
Right?
There are so many different disciplines in science too. There's space.
That's
There's
what my son is going to college for, astronomy. He just committed to college this week.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's going
Nice.
to be an astronomy major.
There's animals. People study animals. There's all you can get those rodents back out and do those rodents.
Yeah. Or like even
Um,
butterflies or something.
right.
Like bugs.
Mhm.
Yeah. You can have
Life.
a butterfly flying
A
over a
bee.
garden, a bee. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bats.
Yeah, there's chemistry. So if you wanted to do like little those little chemical things, those
Yeah,
carbon
exactly. Yeah, test
carbon
tubes.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do things like that. I'm trying to think. What did I think of? I had a whole list of these things for a while. I can't remember now, but aerospace, biology, botany, biology,
Animal studies,
animal studies,
anything like that. So you can put maybe a
Chemistry,
couple of
you have
different
cooking.
dogs and put a flower like over their ear or something for the add a flower part of it. The
Mhm.
train colors would work because they can be kind of neutral, which would be like a dog or a cat, whatever. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
There are different trains too.
Thomas the
There's-
Train,
Uh-huh.
those are all
Mhm.
brightly colored. So that would
So,
work for,
It's going to
a
be
lot
the
of things.
feeling of what you want out of your train.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Yeah, if you wanted to do some gardening things,
Mhm.
like you said, butterflies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot you can do because there's
I
a
think
lot of
so.
science. Because
Yeah, I think the
scientists
hardest
study
part of it is
everything.
the gift card part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
how are you going to pull that in? Isn't that funny? That should
Yeah.
be the easiest. And then you can add a flower to almost anything.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
You can
Yeah.
even put it on the back with your name if you had
Yeah.
to. Yeah. But
Get
you
it on
don't have to have a train. I think that's just remember it doesn't have to be a train. It's just the colors.
I think they're good
Yeah.
parameters. I'm pretty
Oh,
excited.
good. Well, that's important because you're going to be doing it here in just a few minutes. Are you comfortable then, you think?
Yeah, it's time for us to run around my
Yeah.
craft space
think
and
so.
pick out stuff.
Rhiannon, are you comfortable? Because you've never done this
I'm
before.
good.
I want to make sure you're good. All right. How
Yeah,
detailed are
I'm
you going to
ready.
go? Are you going to be drawing butterflies with actual scales on them?
Probably not.
Okay.
She
All
could,
right.
I could.
but that's not the best thing to do tonight.
All right. Well, we'll break just for a few minutes and let you watch something, and then we'll be right back to get started. Thank you. I'm going to read your chat too. I got to see what you're talking about. Adams.
Sounds good.
Oh, Adams. We'll be right back. Thank you, guys. What is in review? In review, our craft roulette. On Wednesdays, tune in, don't forget. 3 acts await each night anew, with fun and creativity just for you. Act 1, Mail Call, a joy to see. Your lovely letters sent with glee. Snail mail shared with hearts so true. Your crafty spirit shining through. Act 2, Card Showcase, a deep dive. Random picks that come alive. Discussing love for each design. Crafted cards that truly shine. Act 3, Whodunit Game, Detective's Call. Catch Miss Mary in her crafty thrall. A mystery unfolds, a clue to chase. Find the card she tries to case. Guess the crafter, be quick, be smart. Reveal the one who played their part. In live chat, declare your clue. Solve the case and win a prize, too. Live on air with Mary Gun Fun. Crafting joy for everyone. Join us live, be part of the show. In review, where creativity flows. Craft Roulette, a fun-filled sight. Wednesdays await with crafty delight. Subscribe now, don't delay. In review, a crafty play. Send your mail, crack the case. In our world, joy finds its place. Join the fun. Let's craft together for happily ever after, now and forever. I got silvers. Oh, I am. I'm not ready. Go to another commercial. I'm just trying to think of train colors. I was just going to Amtrak. Amtrak's got like silvers and blues, right?
Silvers, blues. The inside of trains, like the old trains, you got the deep red wood.
Mm-hmm.
You have light blues, reds, yellows.
I think I'm going with some grays and blues tonight. I do, and I'm going to get some shiny stuff. I'm going to get some shiny stuff, and thank goodness my post office got my order to me, so I can use some Trinity space stuff, because that's all very science. Gnomes are science. Gnomes are probably not science, but we're going to use them anyway. And then we've got some...
If they're using the planets.
Yeah,
science.
These are astronaut gnomes. Is that what they call them? Astronomical gnomes. So that's what we're going to go with.
Astronomical, you mean?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. I didn't read it. There's a pretty blue.
I figured that pun had to be made.
Oh, Hat-Trick's probably moaning out there going, she didn't get it. She left it on the table. So there's some pretty papers. That's another one. Okay. And there's another pretty paper. But we may go with this sparkly thing. Okay. All right. And then I pulled out some little gems. That could be a shaker. Maybe. Shaka, my little gnomies. And this looks like this is like a birthday gnome, astronome set. And so I think that's gift cardy. This could be a card for a gift. So I think it's going to work out just fine. I do like this.
So your science is going to be rocket science?
Yes. Yes. Astrological. Astronomical. I usually know the difference.
Nomical.
I usually know the difference, but tonight my brain just is not working. It's like in the sky, up in the sky.
In orbit.
In orbit. This afternoon I thought I'm going to drink some coffee, and then I'm not going to drink any coffee. I should have had some coffee, but we're okay. We're okay. We're going to make it. Look at this guy with his little planet balloons. I mean, that's cute. And then if I just do grays and blues, I think it will be kind of a fancy card. Kind of a cool card. Okay, I'm good. I'm excited to make this card, actually. So, I did see somebody say atoms, and there's the cooking, there's cooking stuff for science, the science of chemistry, all those kind of things. It is very sparkly, isn't it? So gnomes are science. They're still trying to figure out if they exist. Food science, yes, food science. There's much chemistry in baking, for instance. Pyrotechnics, yeah, those are good. Oh, Mr.
Those
Producer
are vintage train colors that I was thinking
those are
about.
beautiful train colors. Bay Area. Yeah, I'm going Amtrak with the silvers and the blues. I think that's maybe a few pops of red. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that'll work. I bet we'll have some Thomas the Trains. Somebody said a wedding dress train. So, yeah, there's medicine. There's the medical
All right,
sciences.
we got word from New York. We're going to bring them back.
Maybe Gwen will do that. Fungus is a science that is studied. After all. Oh, my goodness. You are ready. Tell us about what you're planning on doing.
All right, Rhiannon, you first.
Okay, so I figured I could do like the cauldron with the bottles for like chemistry kind of stuff, and maybe the books out, And I might use these mushrooms also in the front, and I can put some of these.
A little tough to see that here.
Yeah. I can use some of these like bottles here with the little flowers and on the shelf, or like
cool.
in the background.
Yeah.
And then I have
I like it.
I have these dies, this laboratory glassware set that I think is really cool. So that, of course,
really
brings me right to science. And then I have some dies of like wildflowers that I could put inside of them that I think would look really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as gift card, I have a couple of dies that make like a gift card holder or a place to put a gift card. So I think I might use like this scallop or something. I'm not sure which yet, but I might put that on the inside because I don't want it to take away from what I do on the outside.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
that's what I'm thinking. And as far as colors, I don't know yet. I'm going to wing it.
I'm thinking maybe like metallics and like white.
Metallics would be good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of leaning towards Thomas the Train colors.
Yeah, same.
So we'll see where we wind up with that.
Like the
Thomas would
cartoonish
be so impressed.
train stuff.
Yeah, and I'm actually thinking I might use this too in the
that's cute.
background
I like that.
for more flowers.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
Yeah, I think that'll look nice. So yeah, that's where we're going.
I think you guys have a plan.
Yeah, I think so. All right,
Yeah,
so we're
I
going
do.
to start making stuff.
Yeah, light bulbs, fireworks. Boy, there are lots. If you are just tuning in and wondering what you're going to do, please make sure you check out the Chatterbox. They are just throwing out idea after idea. A teacher trains a student. Fungus Among Us. There's just a lot of
Yeah.
ideas in there. So make sure you check it out. This is Craft Roulette, by the way, if you're just tuning in. And we just went spinning with Mr. Wheel, and we got 4 parameters we will be making something with here shortly in moments. For gift card for our project, train for our color, science for our element, which I've been excited about, and then add a flower for random. So I'm going to have to remember that flower, but I can do that. And we have the lovely guests, Alison and Rhiannon. Heikkila. I can read it on
Rhiannon.
the screen. Rhiannon. I didn't say that. Alison, Sunnyal, and Nana Aria. Yes, all those things that we have. Then they're very nice to me, so that's good. And they are here, and they're going to be making cards as well, because this is our first mother and daughter show of May. So here we go.
Yes.
Let us begin.
Yes.
I'm going to stamp these.
You're going to stamp some? Okay. Sure. I'm trying to decide if I want to use multicolor for the better press thing, or if I want to just go with a single color.
Those things. What are those?
These are my swatches for my Kaleidocolors. Hold on. These types of inks. So they're all on there.
Oh,
and you
I
can
remember
click
those.
them together. I use them a lot when I'm better pressing, because you get a rainbow super quick. Not necessarily Roy G. Biv, but a bunch of colors all at once. And I usually use them with these types of things. I just don't know if I want to do that or have a solid color. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll build my beaker first and then decide. I think I'll do that.
Did you ever do like the baby wipes with the re-inker stripes?
Yes. That's fun.
Yeah. Same kind of
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this beaker. I think that's going to be kind of cool. And I want to make sure that my flowers that I pick out are going to fit nicely and that they're not too big. I think that this will be fine. Yeah, that'll be cute.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Very much.
So now I need to do some cutting, and Rhiannon is doing some stamping.
Look at you guys work together like you're a team.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
We do well.
Yeah.
We need some
it's
paper.
nice.
This is going to be my card base. Here's paper I can cut. Okay. So I'm going to make my beaker, the background, white. Although vellum might be nice too.
Vellum.
Rainbows are a science. That's true. The science of rainbows.
They are. I haven't even really been able to look at the chatterbox much because I've been thinking.
Yeah, me too. Engineering is a science, how you're going to engineer a card. If you use a die or something, that might be scientific.
Or a fun fold to measure.
Your favorite.
Yeah.
You didn't have like nightmares about that or anything, though, did you?
No. I was so proud of myself for doing it and doing it with everybody watching.
Yeah.
No, it was great. I like trying new things. That's my jam. Experimentation is my jam. So all good.
That's good.
I think
we really
I
are not the show that where we throw people under the bus. We really are.
No. And like you said, the chatterbox is so helpful with ideas and, how to do things. So that's always good too.
Mm-hmm. They've been around the block, like you noticed in that parade of achievers. They have been here a long time, and they know how to work the parameters.
They do, for sure. Trying to get another shade of blue here. That's good.
Sometimes we start seeing parameters in life and go, oh, that shirt would be great for the train colors. I like that. We start seeing them everywhere. It's very interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It means that you're really inspired by the wheel and the parameters. That's great when you start seeing things everywhere.
Well, now, What am I going to do with these colors for these planets? Stephen, what planets are these? What colors do they need? They're not going to be Amtrak colors.
Looks like we got a Saturn. Looks like
Is that
an Earth and a moon, maybe.
Is that? Yeah, it probably is a moon, isn't it?
You can make them up too.
Well, that's true.
They don't have to be planets that we've already discovered.
I make up names.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not moons and planets? Is Pluto a planet right now or not? I don't even know.
Rhiannon, is Pluto's not a planet anymore again? That makes me sad.
It's a dwarf.
That's
planet.
just wrong.
Yeah.
Science kind of lost my respect at that point when they said it wasn't. Just not right. Color is Saturn.
Saturn is like a yellowy kind of color with some stripes that are darker. I feel like they're almost like a purpley tone.
What?
The Saturn's other colors.
So
You might be thinking Jupiter. Jupiter's pretty purpley. Saturn's pretty yellow, orange.
I kind of
Jupiter has a nice red spot. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on how you're processing the photos.
Yeah.
Sometimes Jupiter's very brown and white.
Right. Okay. So now I have my beaker. And I feel like I need to put a layer of vellum on top of it to make it have that sheen. So I'm going to cut another one out of vellum.
How are we doing now? You having enough room for both of you? Oh, some green.
Well, she's off to the side stamping. She's going to come back into frame in a minute. She just wanted to get her stamping done.
Sure.
And then she'll be back in frame. But yeah, she's moving right along. She's got this down.
She seems like she's
there you go.
Come in.
She's got it down to a science. So that could be your science.
See, that's what I mean.
Expert at something, you've got it down to a science.
You start thinking of the parameters; it becomes part of your life, and you start thinking in terms of what did I just do on that show? What was that? That makes me think. Yeah, down to a.
Get out of your way. No. I don't want to be in your way, so we're good. Yes, you do. What markers do you want? What did you stamp with? Oh, VersaFine? Okay.
They look so cute.
She's going to break out the zigs. Those are her favorites.
Zigs.
Yes.
They've been around.
Yeah, I've had mine for a long time. Okay, we're going to start to glue. And she's going to start to color. Make sure you're over here.
We just want him in the stars like that. I think he should just be in the stars.
No, you're okay. You're going to need to do some speedy coloring. Yeah. You got a lot of stuff there.
Do we have details? Details? She does.
She's, well, she's detail oriented. So
I know. I'd be disappointed.
She will not let you down.
That a girl.
You have enough room, kid? Yeah, I'm good. I've got my beaker that I'm building. And then I'll need to put some flowers in it.
Rhiannon, can I just call you Rhi?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay,
that's good.
Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. I do have some questions for you, and it's mostly for you. We let our members ask questions of our guests, and they have some mostly for you. But I had one that I told your mom earlier. So she would have a chance to come up with an answer, and I wanted to know what your answer was first, and then we'll see what she thought her answer should be. But I asked your mom, when your mom is in the craft zone, what is she most likely to forget to do?
dinner. That is the right answer. Ding, ding, ding. That is definitely the right answer.
Is that what you thought too?
Absolutely. Yes,
Wow.
dinner is low on the list of things that I remember to do. Although I always turn it out. I always get it done.
Good. You just often are like, oh, I need to cook dinner.
He's not wrong.
What are your fast dinners like that? What are some of your go-to fast dinners?
A go-to would definitely be mac and cheese.
Oh,
Yeah, I love mac and
That's
cheese.
so good, though.
Yeah. Actually, I have a lot of pasta dishes that are kind of just like, oh, we got to make something quick. Let's just get this done. I make a really good chili. So if I have the foresight to plan and, get the chopped meat out ahead of time, then I do that. And that's fairly quick because it's just in the slow cooker. So you just kind of dump and cook.
The dump and cook, Rick.
Yeah.
Method.
That's kind of what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else, Rhea?
Any kind of like quick pasta.
Yeah.
That's generally pretty quick.
Yeah. Rhiannon's a good cook too. She's a very good baker. She's a very good baker.
I mean, hey,
Hate.
and cookies.
Yes.
Oh, those are so good.
She's very good at cookies. Very good.
Do you have a favorite that you like to make?
Well, cheesecake. I love cheesecake.
Oh, New York cheesecake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do make good cheesecake.
Know what those are.
We make some good cheesecakes. We have a couple of recipes that we do often, and they are delightful.
That sounds good. We always end up talking about food on this show.
I understand. That used to happen with the Facebook Lives I would do. There was always discussion about snacks. It was just, it's an easy thing to talk about. You can't really talk too much about the weather because we're all over the country. So that can be a little tricky.
All over the world. Yep.
But, right, all over the world. But, snacks are snacks. Snacks are worldly.
We have one of our leading ladies, Jackie Jackpot Muller, sent us a whole box of snack food and tasty bits from Australia one time.
That sounds nice.
It was really fun.
Rhiannon wants to be friends with her.
It was real interesting. They weren't all things that we had ever heard of.
I still use the chicken salt.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he still likes that.
For fries.
For a number of years, we had gotten my husband, Rhiannon's dad, something called a Yum Box subscription. And that is so cool because every month you get a box of treats from a different part of the world. So,
wow.
1 month will be Singapore, and another month will be Turkey, and another month will be China. It's really cool. And we did that for a number of years, and he loved it. He loved it. Yeah, fun.
Well, we have a sub game here, and I see in the chatterbox they are asking me to play the sub game. The sub game is I need to mention my grandson's initials, JD. Because as soon as I mention that, then they can eat chocolate, which is one of their favorites.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, and they are chomping at the chocolate, just waiting for that chocolate to go in.
There you go.
Mr. JD is doing real well. He's as cute as can be. He had his little Chiefs sweatshirt on today, and he went to a local petting zoo. And one of his pictures I saw, he was practicing we have a football coach here in Kansas City named Andy Reid, and he was looking just like him once again, just that little scowly face. And he's just doing real well. Super.
Nice.
He's adjusting to being a 1-year-old. No problem.
Excellent.
So thanks for asking.
I'm going to just spray this first.
You are free to eat chocolate. I do love this little guy. He's so adorable. Now, how can I get some sparkly paper in there? If I did a frame, maybe? Because
feel
he's
like-
just like floating there. But he can float because he's out in space.
Are there
So
any
should-
purple Thomas the Train?
Probably. I honestly don't remember though.
Chatterbox, are there any purple trains from Thomas? I feel like there must be, but I
There
can't
Should be.
remember. I really want to make these flowers purple. I feel like there's gotta be. There is. Trinity says yes, there is. Excellent.
Yay!
All right, purple, go.
So if I just do 4, I think I might want to do a shaker because this has all these cute stars.
Yay for shakers. I love me some shakers. Oh, you're speedy coloring today, Rhiannon.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you go. Rhiannon's really good with colored
Yes.
pencils.
I love
Oh,
colored pencils. They're so much fun.
She has
they're
a
so much
multitude
fun.
of coloring books that she's often coloring in.
Once
So-
you guys get a little further, you might want to hold up what you're doing so everyone can get a status check and see what you're doing since you're both sharing the space.
Sure.
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
I'm going to add a little bit of dark purple to my flowers, and then I'll show you where I'm at.
I love being able to color just with sponges and ink like that. It's so
Yeah,
easy. It's so forgiving.
it is. Okay.
I should make that just a whole nother.
Let's get
So
this
it
glued.
Feels like they're being transported on into weirdness. Neener, 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 neener. Oh, how we haven't used a stencil. What would be a good
And you
stencil?
need a flower.
Oh shoot, I forgot the flower. Well, I can put another little flower on there. Thank you for that. I knew I was going to forget the flower.
And a gift card.
What else? And gift card.
Yeah.
And what
a
else?
gift card.
I think I'm going to pull this in for some background.
You might have to put a flower on a gift card that's on the inside of the card.
Yeah.
Well, this is a birthday card, and so it would be like a birthday card gift card, kind of. In the bigger sense. I will try to make it
Should
a
have put
little
this on.
smaller idea too.
I'm going to have to cut that again. Okay, so this is what I have so far. Let's see.
That looks nice. That's cool.
So
like
I've
that.
got
Those
my
are perfect.
beaker, and I shouldn't have put this on the inside. I should have put it on the outside, but I have a piece of vellum I'm going to try to put on top with my flower.
Uh-huh.
And then I still have to work out the background. But I think I'm going to use that better press that I pulled out before. I think that's going to look nice. You want to show them what you're doing,
Jeez.
Ree?
You're doing
Yeah,
great.
and a second. I just want to finish up these 2 bottles here.
Absolutely, Kathleen, but I like giving my mom a hard time sometimes.
Sometimes. You know what? Here's the thing. One time, Mr. Producer is like
I need my
almost
guy.
6'2". I'm like 5'2".
No, I'm 5'12".
He's taller than that. And see, he's giving us a hard time. All of us a hard time right now. So one time we had read the book about that 12 is enough kind of thing book. What was that? Cheaper by the Dozen. And in Cheaper by the Dozen, the family, the guy was pretty strict, and the mom was pretty strict, but the kids once a year could do spoofs of their parents. And my kids thought that was a pretty good idea, especially Stephen. And so he did a spoof of me when I'm mad. And he's got his arms real stiff, and he just went storming across the floor really fast with his little stiff arms going as fast as he could. I must admit I laughed pretty darn hard. But so he does love a good jab, but it's okay.
We do a lot of jabs in our house, right, Ree?
A lot of jabs, yes. Quite a few.
We're
That
all
just
pretty
means
sarcastic, so it just
You
kind
like
of
each
happens.
other. Yeah. When you like each other and you're comfortable in that, it's not so awful.
That's right. Okay, Ree, go ahead, show them. I'm gonna move out of the frame for a sec.
What I have so far is I've got the little cauldron with the chemicals bubbling out and a couple little potion bottles, some books, let's call them textbooks for science.
Yes.
She's got it. By golly, she's got it.
I'm going to put the little cat next to the cauldron over here, mixing or something for chemicals.
Yep.
So that's what I've got so far. I'll probably stack the books, put that one on top.
This is a very Rhiannon card. This is so her
Yeah.
style.
I'm going to grab
I love
metallic
it.
top.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, thank you. And I am starting to fix my beaker up a little bit since I needed to get that vellum on there. So here's what I have going so far. We've got our sciencey beaker and our flower. Erica asked, is the cat named Flower? Very good. That's a good way to add that in. I love that.
Yeah, it could be.
Thanks for all the kind words, everybody. We're trying hard to read the chatterbox, but it's not easy. There's a lot going on. I'll have to watch the replay. Thanks, everybody.
That's usually what I do. I don't try too much during the show because it's too confusing because they chat
Yeah.
quite a bit. But
Yeah.
There's a lot of inside baseball played in the chatterbox
well,
during the show.
they're all friends too, and so they know what they're doing in this. They know what lane they're in, and they just have a good time being with each other. So I can't find the.
I feel like I don't need this anymore. It's too
Yeah, I don't
much.
think so.
It's too much. We're not doing that. See, this is why I didn't do that first. Because I didn't know if it was going to work, and I think it's just going to be too busy.
No, that's no
I'm
fun.
adding a bit of metallic. I don't know if you can see it to
No, it's hard to see.
these books here
Oh, okay.
for the train aspect of it.
Yeah.
So it's got a bit of metallic going on.
Nice.
I think you got this. You figured it out really well. Let's make a mini little.
Thanks.
Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a mini shaker that is on a magnet that can be taken off the card as a gift.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Love
well, we'll see. We'll see if it's something. And then I'll put some little flowers somehow or other in the shaker. Yeah, that's
Cool.
going to work. That's going to work, I think.
I think I'm going to use this embossing folder.
Do you have shaker embellishment things you can put in there?
With flowers?
Yeah.
The star flower.
Kinda
There
like
is a
that.
star
flowers.
flower. And there's little rods. There are star flowers. But that's, yeah. Star-shaped flowers. I don't know if there's really the name starflower.
No, those
There's-
look like classic stars. I'm showing her Google
Some
image search.
bellflower. Well, there's stargazer flowers. They smell. They're
Stargazer lilies are one of my favorites.
yeah, they're good.
I love them.
They can make a lot of people sneeze, but they
They
are
make my
beautiful.
niece sneeze. I can't grow them because she gets sick when she smells them.
Oh no, it's very strong, but it's very spicy smelling. It smells great.
Do we like this yellow?
Yes. I do like that.
I do like this yellow. Okay. We need to cut this down.
I can add a flower somehow. I think I can. I think I can. Okay, so if
You
it's
can always add it on the back.
I can. That's what when you were out doing the doggies, I said I could. That was an option. All right. I'm getting serious here now. Sonny L. I had to think for a minute. Wait, what is her name?
Look at that kitty. That looks awesome,
I
Ree.
gotta blend him. Hang on.
He looks so
Aw.
good.
You're doing super. I can tell you like this. That's fun. That's great. I do have a
Yeah,
couple of questions
fun.
that we better get started on. This one's about your mom, Ree. It is,
Mhm.
in your opinion, what's the best thing about your mom? And this question is from Stephanie.
Well, she's
it's
always
not.
very open to anything we
Gloria.
need or anything our friends need. So
Aw.
people can always come over. We can always go out, obviously, unless we have something like going on.
Mhm.
And, you know, we can pretty much say whatever we're thinking at the time,
Mhm.
and she's usually pretty okay with it.
Very nice. Thanks, babe.
That is very nice. And not a surprise
finish with
either.
that,
I'm not
yeah.
at all surprised by that answer.
Hey, Ma, look, I finished the cat.
I'm
cute, I know.
struggling with my diaper.
Oh, do you want help?
No, it's okay.
Um,
Trying to avoid using the electric one because you were answering a question, but I'm going to have to use it.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead and use it.
Yeah, I just didn't want to throw her off when she was talking.
Gotcha.
Now, it's going to have to be done.
Well, crafter's got to do what a crafter's got to do. Let's face it.
Yep.
This is big stuff, you know.
should I stamp more stuff or should I start to cut this out?
And that was from Gloria Davis, by the way. I read it wrong. Surprise.
Oh, Gloria asked that? Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, somebody said put a flower on his hat. Anita, how smart of you.
What was
Let's
your
do
question,
that.
Rhiannon?
Should I stamp like the shelves and stuff or should I cut these out?
I would cut those out.
Okay.
Here comes an astronaut with a flower on his head.
Everybody's saying your stuff is so cute.
Thank you.
So this is what I've got.
There we go. Case solved.
We need to dull that down a little bit. That yellow's a little too bright.
Oh, should
It's
I be
cheery.
fussy cutting on screen?
It's up to you.
Everyone likes my fussy.
People love to watch you fussy cut, so I don't
we
see why
do.
not.
Yeah, we've got fussy cut watchers here. They don't necessarily like to do it, but they like to watch it.
That was the thing that she would always do during my old lives. Is she'd fussy cut, and people would just be like, "How, and
is that
why?"
right?
'Cause it's
Yeah.
fun.
I think so too. I'm in camp.
I like fussy cutting.
I'm gonna make
This
my
embossing folder
shiny
is so
stuff
pretty.
a little bit smaller
first
so you
time I'm
can see a
using it.
little bit of that. That's not shining or showing up at all. If this is going to be a magnet, though, I can have that on the back so that you can. Nah, that's stupid. Let's try this. But there's the flower. These kind of look like flowers too, like exploding flowers.
Mm-hmm.
He is so darn cute. So, Hat Trick Smith, some people call her Irene, I don't know why, would like to congratulate Ree on making it into the National Art Honor Society. It sounds
thank
like
you.
a really big deal. Now, tell me what that means. I don't know anything about it. So
basically, the Art Honor Society is essentially a glorified club in the school. So there's meetings. I don't remember how often, but they do little murals throughout the buildings.
Sweet.
They can set up like certain backgrounds, I guess, and make them look cool. They help with the play, the school play every year. So it's just basically doing art around the building. usually after school hours. Every year we have an art show. So most people in the Art Honor Society have art in that. Some people have their own little area to display all their stuff, but that's mostly seniors. So
Gotcha. Well, that does sound like it would be fun.
it is fun.
Yeah.
It is. Yep.
And it would
Yeah,
be
I'm
fun
really
to
proud of
see
her.
all the stuff everywhere in the building too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see, what everybody comes up with. Is that too flamey now?
I like it.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it needs something else.
I think it's cool.
It's a little flamey.
Well, last week you would have been off center and it would have been just fine.
Yeah.
It's still fine. I
don't know. It's throwing me off. Because I'm trying to bring in a lot of, Thomas the Train colors. And I'm not loving that. I need to do something else.
Maybe you should do Tammy the Train.
Who's Tammy?
I don't know, but
Right.
this is art.
Is that the purple one? No, I think she's making it up.
I am.
No.
I'm absolutely making it up. Yeah. Because I've been on this show now for a couple times, and sometimes you just have to make the parameters work for you. Yeah. It's not beyond me to do that. I'm going to start over here.
We're gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna go in with my old paper distress oxide and mute this down.
Oh. Without even trying, you just did it. That's aggressive.
What I do. That's what I do.
That does look cool, though.
See, it's better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to clean my pad, but that's fine. See, it just dulled it out.
Tamp it down. Yeah, it did.
That's better. Old paper is good for that. It's a good color to mess around with.
I don't think I have that one.
I am missing a lot of colors from the distress line, more than I care to admit, considering how often I use them. I really need to round out my collection.
So do you use re-inkers or do you just buy a new pad when that happens?
I prefer to get the re-inkers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unless there's something wrong with the pad, but really that's never happened. So re-inkers are better.
We use the Yankos for a lot of other stuff. We can just use the Yankos sometimes without the pad itself.
That's true.
Yeah.
To kind of paint with it. Mm-hmm. Come on, stars and stripes forever. I wanted the silver ones and I got colored ones, but it's okay. They're looking more That's pretty anyway.
What do we think of that?
I used to have some silver ones all by themselves, and I don't know where they are. I'm afraid to get in there to get them, though, because they'll just stick to me. So that's not going to work.
And then I can make a shaker, too.
Oh!
Yeah, that'd be cool.
With the vellum.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm going to see if this works.
We're gonna do this. I'm going to try and get my glue from back here. There we go.
I got a few in. Let's see if I can get... There'll probably be all over my mask. There we go. You're doing great.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Things are getting more complicated as we go, but that's okay. That's how we roll.
Now, Rhea, you were saying that you like doing set. You're in a set building class.
I'm in a set design class.
And
so
one of your projects, tell us about that project again, because I thought that sounded so fun.
So our final project is to create a set. It can be anything we want, as long as, we can build it. So we're making little models.
Mm-hmm.
And mine is a haunted house. So what I have so far is I have stained glass, which I made out of tape and Sharpies. So I colored on the tape and then just stuck another tape to it so it's not sticky.
Mm-hmm.
And
that sounds like something
I'm going to use popsicle sticks for all the floorboards and little wood details, and cardboard for any like structure parts that we need. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah. I think you, and will you show it or have your mom show it to us on our Facebook group when you get it done? Because I think
Yeah,
I'd
sure.
like to see it. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I'll definitely show it.
I need to take pictures of it soon because it's moving along pretty fast.
Yeah, you should definitely do like step-by-step photos. Not step-by-step necessarily, but like,
Yeah.
You get a little bit of the process done and you take a picture and all of that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that you have some record of the
Mhm.
process. Yeah, I like it.
That's especially important for portfolio building too.
Yeah, that's true.
So
True.
you should really do that.
You know what I need to find for it? I need to find wallpaper to put on the inside.
My darling, welcome to my craft room that has a bajillion pieces of pattern paper.
Yeah.
And I got some Tim Holtz paper that is nice and tattered looking that you can absolutely use.
Oh, that's true. And then I don't have to do it myself.
That is correct, my dear.
Although
Ding,
doing
ding,
it myself
ding,
is not
ding,
even fun,
ding,
but
ding.
hey.
And you could also just stencil or stamp your background paper
Yeah.
or your wallpaper.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to stick.
I love this
That
cat.
one's
He's so cute.
not very
Yeah, that
pretty.
is a great cat.
And then that will go on the back.
I
And I'll
wanted
put
like a
this on the
dog
back.
tabby kind of thing.
It came out really cute. I am making
You
that.
have dogs. Are you dog and cat people or just dog people?
We are dog and cat people. We had 2 cats for a very long time. They lived to be ripe old men. One of them only just passed away last year, and he was not last year, 2023. And he was almost 21 years old.
Oh my goodness.
He was a month
That's
shy
old.
of turning 21. Yeah. But yes, we do have dogs, and they're crazy, but we love them. I don't like being I don't like having my home without pets. Like I need to
No.
have my pets.
They're the best.
They are.
They are. Because if you don't have pets, everybody will know you do talk to yourself. Because if you
Yes,
just
that is
end up
true.
everything that you say with the name Boomer, they'll say, oh, she's just talking to the dog. And
That
that
is true.
seems to be okay. But talking to yourself is not. But talking
We
to
do
your
that
dog,
too.
hey, no problem.
I definitely do talk to myself.
Really
sometimes.
quickly,
Yeah.
Luann Johnson brings up a great point in chat that only half of us have liked the show. So if you're watching right now or in the future, please like the show. It helps YouTube know that that this is a good show, and it will help push it out to more people. And
Thank
so
you, Luann.
Yeah,
it's a really easy way to say, good job, Craft Roulette.
Yeah, free too.
Definitely.
But very meaningful. Jay talks to his cats. Thank you, Vanessa, for Vinnying. We call them Vinnies.
Yeah, I forget why. And Rhiannon definitely doesn't know why.
No. We have a secret language, that's why. It was because of May Helm's husband always, I think, is named Vinny, and he always, on her lives, sits there and gets people to Vinny the videos or give them
got it.
thumbs up. Mhm.
That's nice.
Yeah. I got some science here because I got magnets and I have to make sure that it's going to be the attraction here.
Sweet.
And it. So
Where did you
that
get your
is
magnets from? Are
science.
they like crafter magnets? Are they like neodymium?
They're like, I don't know. I think
All right.
I think this was from like the kind that you get that you put over your furnace vents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Not, yeah. Big fan of magnets. I love a good magnet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I have a lot of sequins in here. That's good.
So that will go on the back, and then this will be the gift. gonna go on here. Hopefully the right way. It wouldn't. I guess it will.
Ooh,
I like that.
And
That's
that will-
cool.
subtle.
Then it will come off. Hi, Heikkila. It's kind. It's kind of an exclamation. Sounds like,
It is.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Heikkila. That's right. Kind of like your Eureka. Heikkila.
Yeah.
Geronimo.
I feel like these might be too small.
So Rhiannon, did I say it right?
You did.
Oh my gosh. Whew. Your generation is total YouTube from beginning, right? Right?
Yes.
You've always had it.
Mhm.
Do they like it, or are they reject? Do you know of people that just go, no, I'm not into the online social thing. I rather do analog and write letters and make cards, or is that?
Well, I mean, some people maybe would prefer to write cards, but since everyone is so much on social media, like it's just easier
Mhm.
for everyone
Sure.
at this point.
Mhm.
Writing letters can be fun sometimes for like, we were bored and we felt like writing each other letters. But for the
Mhm.
most part, since everyone's on social media, it's just so much easier for us.
Yeah. I was afraid of that.
I will say that Rhiannon is not on social media.
No, I'm
No?
not.
Nope.
How refreshing.
Broke my lamp. That's
What?
okay. It broke the shade off of my lamp. It's okay. We're fine.
shoot.
We're just gonna keep on trucking.
Just leave it off, Mom.
But it's
Keep
so
on
much brighter
trucking.
like
Now
this.
that's an old hippie saying. You were
Yeah.
also saying that the 90s clothes, that Rhiannon uses your 90s clothes.
all the
Dude,
time.
They're so
I think that's so
comfortable.
cute.
It is. I love seeing her in my clothes. I do. It makes me happy. I think. Do I want gray? I do. I want gray. For my sentiments?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put a happy belated.
You
What should I do?
Matt, this is a card base.
You can cut it.
Keep that out. No,
you-
I'll keep it for the card base.
I don't think I have any,
Right?
so you can just cut it. Cut.
How
piece.
long is it supposed to be? This is 8 and
That's bigger.
Huh?
Oh, that's bigger.
There is?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll cut it then.
Just cut it, and I'll cut you a new one if you need it.
Got some
Okay.
wheeling and dealing going on there.
Yeah.
So, do you remember when you two started crafting together? Did you just used to throw markers in her playpen and say, "Have fun"?
Pretty much.
Or-
Pretty much. I mean, it's basically what happened with my mom and I. Like, it's
Mhm.
just, it's a part of our lives. Like, there is no us without some type of creating.
Mhm.
Even my dad was an engineer. And he was, he rebuilt our house. He designed the build for the house and all of that. So we were always making things.
Mhm.
So when she was born, as soon as she was able to hold anything painty, crafty, whatever, she was doing stuff with me. And because I did it so often in front of her and my son, they were right in there with me,
It was natural.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when they were really little, plenty of days that we just used like tempera paints and crummy paper, and I just hung all of their paintings on the laundry line because there were like 50 of them that they would produce at once.
Yeah.
That was
Mass
fun, right,
production.
Jay?
It was fun.
So they would dry outside and they just kept painting.
Do you have any of them displayed in the house, or would you?
We have some, yeah, actually, Rhiannon's right above me here. So I don't have straight walls in this room because of the roof line. So above my space, I'll have to take a picture of it and put it in the Facebook group. I have a ton of their artwork that they did. Like little drawings from 2014. I'm looking at the dates. Earlier than that even. But yeah, there's stuff up here. There's some things downstairs. So lots of that.
Do we like this paper?
I do like that. I think that's pretty.
Yeah?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, go for it.
I think sometimes kids will go through on a real bender on like one kind of image. I remember my daughters made so many butterflies that had long eyelashes and lipstick. And they would make dozens and dozens of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So many markers. Did you have those markers that Mr. sent that you could smell?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. We still have, all of their old crayons and all of their old markers. You just never know when you're going to use them for something. So we've got all of that totally accessible for them. They can use that. And from a young age, I taught them to even use my stuff, like the zigs and the Copics and all of that. And people would kind of be so surprised. But
Can I have a pencil?
you have to teach kids to respect tools. And that's whether it's a craft tool or a hammer or anything like that. They need to learn early on to respect the tool and how to use them. And I think that that's really important. I didn't want them to only use the crummy stuff. I wanted them to learn how good the good stuff is and then become adept at utilizing them,
Yes. That's great.
So, yeah. It's important. What do you need? Do you need me to help you with that? No. Are you good? You're good? Okay. All right. Cool. I'm having fun. I'm not surprised that you're fine. I need to...
She's taken to it like fish to water.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to cut that.
All right. I'm going to glue this.
So Stephanie Mormon, I had it backwards. It was Gloria Davis before. Stephanie Mormon does have a great question. Alison, in terms of crafting, what have you learned from your daughter?
I have learned that taking time to do the details, no matter how long it takes, makes a huge difference. Sometimes, I want to just get things done. And Rhiannon's not like that. She wants to just take the time and draw every blade of grass or every little cobblestone in a pathway.
Because it looks so much cooler afterwards.
Because, the hard work pays off. And she's 100% right. So I have learned that from her. Does that mean that I'm going to draw in every cobblestone? No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
But I know I have someone that can do it for me.
You're not going to put those little paintings inside the little mushroom house that like she did?
Maybe, but she's really good at that stuff. I'm not as good at that type of thing as she is. I'm better at big and
you don't have
messy.
You can't be the same.
No,
you don't have to be the same.
No, definitely not. And it's better off that we're different. We can do different things and come together and make something really awesome when we work together.
And iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
Isn't that what it says? Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I need some more on this card, I think. Oh, I need to put it on a card. That's what I need to do. Let's do that first.
Let's see if my magnets have dried. How about
I've got a little torn up top there, but
you cut it down, cut a new piece.
Didn't know that card was ever going to be made. I'm excited.
Cut a new piece.
Okay.
Don't use this to cut the paper because this blade is just not great for skinny paper. Sorry, what was that, Mary?
That's all right. I'm sorry. Colors. On your bio, Paula Rice notes that you love colors. You guys have some favorite color combinations? You both have colorful hair.
Yes, we do have colorful hair. We both love purple and teal together and separate.
What
color combinations do you like?
I like red and purple. That's really fun.
Yeah. I like using, were you going to ask me a question, Ray? Yeah, use that one.
Okay.
I like using like turquoise, bright purple, hot pink, lime green, and orange and like a bright yellow together. Like I just like obnoxious, but not quite fluorescent,
Yeah,
I love doing that. But then there's other
Unmistakably
times where I like
colorful.
muted tones too.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, like you did on your card when you thought it was a little too
Mhm.
bright.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how to do it, and you're not afraid
Try.
of doing it.
I try.
Ree, do you think the fact that you've been on YouTube and all those things early on just made you a lot less fearful of trying new things and being public and like making your art for the school rooms and things?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, it already was very public. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of. Did I mess it up again?
Do you want me to cut it for you, baby?
No, I keep cutting at the wrong line. It's fine.
Why don't you just, can I make a suggestion? Take this, and use your pencil to,
Okay.
then you'll know where you need to cut it, right? You can put it in whatever direction you want. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And if you make it, you should make it a little bit longer so it tucks underneath the brown because it's thin paper.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That's just my suggestion.
Are you going to do anything for National Scrapbooking Day on tomorrow?
Oh, goodness. No, probably not, because we are taking one of our old vegetable gardens and we're turning it into a fruit garden. And we bought an apple tree.
Nice.
And we're going to be planting our apple tree tomorrow. And we're also going to be planting some of the fruit bushes that we bought too.
Blueberries,
So-
raspberries?
Yes. All of that,
Nice.
blackberries, and we're going to buy some strawberries.
Oh, I put strawberries in this spring. They are looking good too.
Nice.
Now,
Nice.
The trick will be getting them before the squirrels, but it's okay.
Rhiannon has a trick for that, right, Rhi?
Yeah, if you paint rocks red, like the color of strawberries, and put them there before the strawberries actually grow, then the animals will try to eat those, and when they realize they can't, they won't go for the strawberries afterwards.
Isn't that neat?
I'll do it.
Yeah. That's what we're going to do.
Fun. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll
Yeah,
put
that's all right.
strawberries on until next year, but I can start now.
Okay. It walks.
Yeah, you can. It's good now, Rhiannon?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, here's a fruit tree tip from me. I thought last year I'm going to put some fruit trees in. I don't know which ones to put in. And then I thought, well, when the fruit starts coming on the trees, I'm going to go out to the nursery and see. I didn't do it, and see what trees are putting on the most fruit and which ones I think look best. So that's what I'm going to try to do this year.
Nice.
So that I can pick them out not by their pretty flowers, but by their fruit. I think it'll work.
Well, the apple tree that we bought actually has been grafted with 5 different types of apples on it.
Oh,
So,
good golly.
It's going to self-pollinate itself, and the apples will come at different times of the year because of the variations that they have, which is really exciting to me.
I've never heard of that one quite. That's very interesting.
Yeah,
I like it.
it's new for me too.
Yeah. You'll have to report back.
I will. I'm hoping that we get fruit this year because it claims that we might, but I'm not holding my breath. I think it'll be more like next year.
Yeah, I'd be surprised, but you never know.
I would too. Yeah.
Yeah. We have an underground creek in the backyard. And so I think if I plant some fruit trees near that, they'll be well watered.
Nice.
Should do. I think they should. Theoretically, if I get the right trees. And
just make sure that you get trees that either are going to propagate each other or don't need like extra help from others. Like with blueberries, sometimes you need a male and a female blueberry.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to be careful of that kind of thing.
Yep. I love a good blueberry. We used to go blueberry picking in the summer.
Oh,
It
nice.
was great. Yeah. And we'd always, oh, look at how big this one is. And then it was gone in instantly because the big ones were the sweetest.
Of course.
Look at
That's
you
like
guys
perfect
go.
wallpaper, Rhiannon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on the interior of the card now. Kind of, sort of. Although I still think I need something on the outside. But I'm putting a spot for my gift card. Oh, I need a...
Rhiannon, when you watch movies and things now, do you look at the sets and just go, I think they did this or that?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Yeah, yeah.
It gets kind of fun. I play a little game of how do I think they did this, this specific
yeah.
effect or scene. Yeah.
I can see that happening very easily. Yeah, that's fun though.
It is. I always
You can learn
enjoyed...
a lot that way.
Yeah, I always enjoyed like watching the behind the scenes of movies like Star Wars and Star Trek and even like the Marvel movies, like just seeing how they did things. It's always so fun to see what they've used to make things.
Everything but sausage. You just don't want to see that. The making of sausage.
That's true.
But Star Trek, I just saw a thing on Star Trek and how they weren't getting funds after the first 2 years, I think. And so they were reusing props and sets and how cheap they had to go. It was kind of fun.
Huh. That's neat.
Yeah. I don't remember where. It was just something that came on YouTube, but it caught my eye. And I've used that. I've used some information from that several shows now. So, yeah.
That's fun.
A paradise apple tree self-pollinates. Linda Toman creates says. Trees are very scientific. Well, they are not themselves, but the study of trees.
Well, the tree that we got is very scientific because of all the grafting.
How do we like
No
this?
kidding.
On shelves.
I love that. I think it's adorable.
Everything is studied, so most things are studied scientifically. So you get to do what you want and then figure out why.
Yep.
And it will be good. Birds, the flight of a bumblebee. That's very scientific.
Yeah. Very scientific.
Thank you, Vicki Jensen. Yeah. So Tim Holtz has a gift card die. You could use that for sure.
Yes,
or you
he
could
does.
Just make your card a gift.
Well, this
will go on the refrigerator. It'll be great.
I used the die set from Spellbinders to make that, and that's for a gift card. So it's just a placement.
And you didn't have to put a pocket in it since we didn't have that.
No pocket.
But you could put a pocket in there. You could.
Yeah.
Or you could do two or a circle and then fold it in half or cut it in half and just use the little arcs to hold a gift card.
Yeah. Mary, you all done with your card?
It was an easy card. I didn't make it very hard. Oh, I had all the room I needed too. So I didn't have
that's true.
anybody else to have to worry about. We had pecans in our backyard. We had like 16 pecans in our backyard when we were at the lake. And they wouldn't put on pecans every year a lot, but then some years they would just, oh my gosh, so many pecans.
Wow.
They're talking about it in the chat. They were great though. Not very pretty trees. But we had a lot of pecans. And my husband cracked a bunch of them. And my dog loved them. He would eat the pecans.
That's not something we can do. Rhiannon's very allergic to nuts, so no pecans here.
I don't think they grow that far north.
Oh, Amy and Lauren are here. Hello, ladies. I think I might be done.
Amy.
I'm just going to add something else to it, but I don't really think that I want to.
So we're waiting for me then.
Well, no, you're fine. You're doing okay. You just have some stuff to glue.
You're doing great.
I like it.
Do you have anything that Reed did early on or anything around the studio that you could share?
Sure. This is something all right, so this may not be for everybody. One of my favorite movies of all times is Terminator 2. And Rhiannon had to do a portrait of somebody in a certain style, and she did
Oh my
this
goodness.
of Arnold Schwarzenegger. How crazy is that?
That was from my 8th grade art class.
Yeah, so that was 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be darned. You just
Yeah.
freehanded that painting?
No. So we printed out a picture, and then you would trace the picture onto the canvas,
Okay.
and then you had to color it in grayscale, and you could use one color for the background.
Still, that's
and-
really good.
I was allowed to use that one color for his eye too, because his eye is red
Yeah.
in that scene.
Right.
So that's at the end of the movie when he's all busted up.
That's quite the thing. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
But it's such an amazing piece that she did. She did such a
It
great
is.
job. Yeah.
Did you color in the darker areas and all the lines before you painted, or did you just decide where to do the dark and light
We
as you painted?
numbered
Okay, you're not
all
on screen.
the
Come over here.
we numbered all the different shades. So I think I had like maybe 9 shades in that.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
that makes okay.
So we would know like where to put each one, and we would just mix one shade at a time and do it all at once,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mhm.
do the next shade and make it either lighter or darker. I think I went lighter as I went along.
Mm-hmm. And they were harsh lines, so you didn't. It
Yeah,
was
they were
acrylics?
harsh lines.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very
Acrylics,
interesting. Very nice. Do you like doing monochromatic kind of things, or do you like color
Not
like your mom?
really. Yeah, I like doing color much better. It's more fun for me, I think.
Mhm.
And there's
I'm
so many
seeing
more
that in your color.
options. Like, I feel like with grayscale, it's just kind of boring sometimes. Also, I'm not very good with grayscale all the time. Paints is a little easier, but
Mhm.
only sometimes.
So this is something she made me also. This is one of her sculptures. This is from a game that we play often as a family called Here to Slay. And this is one of the characters. So he's a little rabbit wizard. No, jackalope wizard, excuse me.
Jackalope.
So
Oh my goodness.
she did all of that herself. She's always
That's very
sculpting
cool.
little gifts for me, which is amazing.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah,
Well,
she's
you're
really
getting
good at
quite a few
sculpting.
kudos there. We could use some hearts for Rhiannon here for all the Rhiannon. Gosh, I forgot that last N. You can just call me Nug. Just call me Nug. There's some hearts for you. Oh, gee.
They're giving you hearts, Riri. They're
They
all saying how
are.
Thank
good you
you.
are.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've got Tracy Fear saying, "Wow, cool," and she's cool. So if she thinks it's cool, it really is.
That's
Thank
really
you.
nice. Thanks. So did you have any other questions, Mary?
Let me see. Well, Roberta Sadler, and you said you knew her, and she used to watch early on
Mhm.
when both of you would craft together. I'm afraid to say your name. She said, "What is your favorite craft or art to make or watch?" Now, you said you're not on social media, but do you watch social media?
Well, I use YouTube sometimes
Mhm.
if I'm like bored or if I'm eating and I've got nothing else to do. So I like watching people paint, like especially like skies, gradients. That's fun for me
Oh,
because I like
yeah.
the gradients and I like the nature stuff.
Uh-huh.
So
Landscape
anything
type
nature,
things.
watercolors are fun. Obviously I love pencils,
Mhm.
so I like watching that too. You know, it really just depends on what I find first.
Mhm. Do you do sketchbook kind of things and keep track of, like, have a goal? Like when I was in art in high school, we used to do sketchbooks a lot, sketch pads, and we'd have assignments, sometimes specific and sometimes just do 5 this week. Do you have goals and things like that you do?
I have a sketchbook, but no, I don't really do goals because I feel like if I don't accomplish my goal, then I'll just get like annoyed. And sometimes I don't have the time to do stuff because often I'm at school until like 7 to 9.
Oh, golly.
At night.
That's late.
So
no, you wouldn't have time. No,
it depends on the week and stuff, you know.
Yeah, if there's a play or something.
I love to draw when I have the time.
Mm-hmm. Do you draw? Drawing is very handy to be able to do in certain classes too, because you can draw. Like when I was in anatomy and things, I could draw a lot of the anatomy and I could learn it better for me. So, do you do things like that?
Well, it's definitely good for set design because you can draw out what your plan is before actually doing it. So that's definitely helpful. I'm not really good with drawing like human figures, bodies, and stuff. I can sometimes get the general shape, but like faces and hands are just not easy to do.
They just turn out like Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to stamp a couple more things and then I'm done.
Okay.
You're going to stamp more?
Just one shelf to put up here to put these on.
Okay.
Go ahead. Just one more. Sorry.
That's turning out really cute.
That big empty spot, man.
I know. I get it.
Imagine all the things we're going to end up with.
Yeah, I like to draw jewelry because I like to make the jewelry. So, yeah. After I draw it, I usually try to make it when I have the time. Which isn't very often. I mean,
she makes a lot of earrings and ear cuffs and things like that.
Well, your mom's quite the teacher for that, I would think.
Yes.
Maybe not. Here's you do this, but I bet you've learned a lot from her.
Yeah,
I have, yeah.
We want to get into my my workshop so that I can teach her and her brother how to solder. That's going to be a goal this summer. Breaking out the blowtorch.
Fun. Oh boy,
fire!
That'll be great.
We like fire.
Yeah, it's a really good skill to have.
It is. It is indeed. Well, that'll be exciting. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Nothing like melting metal. It's just good fun to watch. It's kind of like embossing for paper crafters.
It is.
Yeah.
Norma asked if there is a flower. There's flowers in the background here. Let's see if I can see the flowers. So her flowers are there.
My plan was to put a couple more on the shelf, but I should probably finish this quicker. So,
well, I tell you what. You can go ahead and finish it, and then we're going to put it in the gallery, so we can. I sometimes don't finish mine completely till Saturday, so it's okay. And sometimes when you sleep after you sleep too, when you look at your card and go, I got a little something to fix, or add, or subtract, and so it's okay. It's okay. I think your mom and I can talk about our cards and probably let you finish at your leisure, and you can just enjoy the process. But I want to make sure I hit all my parameters here. My gift card is a magnet, and it's a gift. So it's a card that they can take off, which will not be it will be me, and it will just stay here. But it could be on my refrigerator, and it's safe because it can take the splatters because it's a shaker. I used like Amtrak train, passenger train kind of silvers and probably some blues. I don't know. The yellows just were a bonus. I've got his little flower there. My science is he's an astronomical expression. I don't know. But he is that science of astronomy. So that's my card. And I'm so glad we got science and that you got what you wanted, which was a science. That was your wish. That's unusual. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Let's make sure you hit all those parameters, Alison. Sonia.
Yeah. Yes. So my gift card project, my gift card is going to go on the inside in this space here. And my train colors, I was thinking like Thomas the Train, and these are a little bit paler than the colors of Thomas and Friends, but we're going to work with it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
My element of science, I have the beaker and the sprig flower. And then, of course, I have the flowers for the element.
That's
the random,
so cute.
excuse me. Thank you.
I love the colors and how they turned out. And I think you were right. It was a little too bright. I think you were absolutely right. And toning
yeah.
it
And I have a
down.
shaker
Let's show
too.
it. Oh, we are so twins.
You want to show them what you have here, Ree?
Yeah. Oh, she already got that shelf on there. That was fast.
You did. She's quick.
Yeah. It doesn't have a base yet, but
She'll do that later. That's okay.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So I've got the flowers in the background here, the wallpaper. Science would be this chemistry stuff. What were the others? The train
colors.
I put some metallics in the books here, and very bright Thomas the Train cartoony style.
Yeah. And she'll add her gift card spot later.
Yeah.
That turned out great. It
But
really
of course,
did.
knowledge is a gift. So if you want to do the books thing,
Oh, she's good.
Yeah.
She's got
done.
this. She's got it
She's
figured
done.
out.
That's it. She just needs a card base. That's it.
That is it. Yes. Knowledge is a gift.
I love that, Ree. That is such a Rhiannon thing to say. I love that.
That is classic. I love it too.
Amy said done and dusted.
I think we did it. Okay, we're going to let you guys rest a minute.
Okay.
Change your camera, and then we'll come back to say goodnight. And we're going to give away some stuff, talk about who's coming up and all that good thing, all those good things. You can be very pleased. That was great.
Yeah.
She is a smart kid, isn't she, Norma? Well, you could see how this is an open one. This will be fun. It'll be fun to see how you interpret all these parameters. Oh, my camera's not. It turned off. Oh, it must have gotten hot. Well, I'll keep talking. Oh, there I am. Use those 4 parameters: gift card, train colors, science element, and add a flower. Then get those things all tidied up. Send them to, there's an upload place over on craftroulette.live. Submit your card by Sunday at midnight Central Daylight Time. If you want more time, become a member, please. And you'll have till Thursday at midnight as well. I was going to show that card. Oh, I'll show it Tuesday, but I am going to show it anyway. Next week, we have a couple upstarts, some new people in the business. Gina and Rena Kay will be joining us after that. Allison's friend, Amy, who suggested this whole thing this month, will be joining us with her daughter, Rye. So we have Ree and Rye. I should be able to handle that. And then Crafty Al will be joining us with Presley. We had so much fun with them last year. Amanda and Kelly will already be closing out the month. And then Sue Small Kreider, who made, you got to check this out in the gallery from last week. She brought my dream to life, my fun museum of cards. This is something else. And she's going to be on the show, so you don't want to miss that. So those are the folks that are coming up. Join us every week. If you haven't hit that subscription button, we would appreciate it, and notification button as well. I'm not kidding. You need to be here. I'm going to be thanking my members here in just a second. He hit the button, but the button didn't understand what it needed. Oh, we forgot to say that Rhiannon likes robots. She's my kind of people. She's my kind of people. Well, I don't know where this whole thing happened. Oh, it's busted. Knowledge is gift. So when I told her that we had robot as a much hated parameter, I think she was surprised because we love robots. We do. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, we do have oh, here it comes. Technology. Eunice visited us tonight. Thank you, members. Those are the people that support us financially and encouragingly. It's an emotional roller coaster to be on YouTube sometimes, and you guys keep us solid and always moving forward. We appreciate you so very, very much. We do have a call for silver and gold tonight after this show, so stay tuned and join us. We'll get to know what science you're going to be using on your cards this week. And what else? I don't know what else we'll talk about tonight, but we usually talk about some very important things like colors and paper and inks and products and how do you use this and what do you do with that. This is all very card related and very, very nice. Will Mary Gary be there? I don't think so. He's still at the North Pole. We have a lot of fun on Craft Roulette. I hope you will join us. If you're a little confused and new here, we're kind of nutty, but we are lovable. I think it's time to give away some stuff. And as you saw at the beginning of the show, we've got some great spin sponsors this month who are so kind to offer to give away gift certificates to you all just for sending in a card. If you sent in a card last week, you have the option of being on that board. And we always start with a giveaway for a Krog, a Craft Roulette original giveaway, a handmade card with an itty bitty gift. Good luck, everybody. I'm glad you fixed that, Stephen. I'm glad I can talk. Sassy Sarah Liz says Sue is her hero. I think you're right. Linda Toman, you were here tonight. I bet you're still here. You made some suggestion. Well, I will be sending you a Krog. And for a Craft Roulette goodie bag, it will go only in the United States. If you win one, I will send you a Krog instead if you're outside the United States. I know, Cindy Elkins. Look at all those names. Is your name getting close? Are you getting ready? I always start talking my Arkansas when I talk about Cindy Elkins. Cindy, corny dog. Tracy Fear. Tracy Fear loves product. I'll have to find something she doesn't have. That will be a challenge, but it will be a fun challenge. For a $25 gift certificate to Whimsy Stamps, they have some really cute things. Really pretty card fronts, too, that make a fast, good-looking card. Ooh. Aaron, on the opposite side of the country, but Aaron, we will get you in touch with Whimsy Stamps and get that all figured out for you. What was I going to say? Oh, Whimsy Stamps, Paper Ganza. There's a connection. Bloom Planners. I use my Bloom Planner every day. It doesn't always help me know what month it is, but I use it. Barb Liskey. Congratulations, Barb Liskey. I think you'll enjoy it. They've got some really great products. They also have a great Caitlin Anthony that does videos and does all sorts of things for them. We appreciate them being a sponsor. A Colorful Life Design. I used one of their stencils tonight and then I covered it up. But we that's okay. We are happy to give somebody a $25 gift certificate this month, or this week. Margie R. Congratulations to you. And you guys these people are great to be spin sponsors. We just ask and they say, yeah, that would be happy to do that. Pear Blossom Press. Amanda Stevens is working with us for Paper Ganza. And we started working on World Card Making Day today. So it's a big day with Pear Blossom Press. Paola, congratulations. You're all in the United States. Very nice. Very nice. I will talk to you probably Monday and get y'all fixed up with those gift certificates. But you can do some window shopping in the meantime. If you are in the mood to do some window shopping too, we would appreciate it if you go over to craftroulette.live to our Associates Spin Sponsor page you can grab some discounts and some affiliate links there, and we'd appreciate it. That would be nice. And so if you are considering making a purchase, we do ask that you look at our spin sponsors first, if you wouldn't mind, because they've got some good stores, and they're very, very generous, nice people. Keep us here making you happy. Let's bring back those beautiful women, those Heikkila women. I think I said it right. There it is. There it is. Well, you look very happy. Both of you look real relaxed and happy. I like that.
We had fun.
That's real good. Good. You did good work. You really did.
Thank you.
You just
Thank you.
handled it. You didn't fight. Nobody was taking pokey tools to each other. It was all very fine. I can see you guys have a good time. That's very nice.
We're used to working in a small space together, so we do all right. We've done it before, so yeah.
You could probably drive a VW Beetle to California and not fight.
Maybe just live.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That'd be a lot. Well, do you have anything coming up that we need to know about, Alison, that we can follow you and see you do?
Well, like you had mentioned earlier, I do bring over the old Facebook Lives that I used to do onto YouTube. That's on Mondays. And then Wednesdays and Fridays, although this is Friday and I posted a video yesterday because it was May 1st. But typically Wednesdays and Fridays, I post new videos with lots of techniques. I try not to be very item-based, product-based. I try to, when I use stuff, I say, oh, you can also use this, 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 and this, so that I'm more technique-based so that people don't feel like, oh, I have to get all the things. Because really, who can get all the things? So that's pretty much what I have coming up. Just more videos, more things like that.
Yeah, I have enough, except for I just need. I have plenty, except I really could use. Yeah. So your videos are videos. They're not you go live, or
I haven't on YouTube just because of time. I just haven't really done it, but I do want to do it. I do want to. I just haven't quite figured out when. Yeah.
Well, there's only so much you can do. Yeah. Well, I think you started our month of mothers and daughters off really nicely. Very sweet relationship you guys have. Thank you for showing us her other art pieces too. That was cool.
Thank you for asking to see them.
I think we're going to see her in the credits of many movies and such. Sets. What was her name?
Well, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for doing this and having us and getting her back into the room with me and doing this, because maybe now I can convince her to do some other videos with me.
Do some craft roulette videos. We're always looking for some people to do their craft roulette cards on videos. So yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, it's a thing. Thank you very much. Well, this is the tradition time that your mom was telling you about. Plant a big one on your nog. I know it feels really awkward, but it feels good. Thank you all, Chatterbox, for joining us. I'll see the members here in just a few minutes. Thank you, Mr. Producer, for fixing things on the fly. Get away from us, Eunice. Ladies, thank you so much for your kindness on your names. Signing off tonight from Nug. Night-night.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.